Morning. Just having my quick coffee. This is my second cup today. Well, isn't it a glorious day? I'll be watching the bumblebees in the garden most of the morning, and I thought I'd come out and have a little chat with you. See how you're getting on. I did get chastised for not wearing a hat the other day, so there you go, Tom. I've got my hat on. Yeah. What else has been happening? Oh, there's been loads of comments on that. I've answered most comments that warrant an answer. I've answered, and I do like getting the feedback. It's absolutely fantastic, knowing that the feedback that I'm getting from my viewers is absolutely fantastic, and there's quite a few of my followers that have been following me for years, and I do appreciate that. And you know, if you ever start up your own channel, I will follow you back. Most of the channels that I do that I know about, who have channels, I do follow those channels back as well. So leave a mention in the comments if you've got a channel, and I'll make sure that I'll follow you back. Sarah's at work today. I was just watching the bees still. They really are fantastic. We had quite a few different bees actually yesterday. We noticed there was one that just had white stripes on it. I don't know what it was, black body, white stripes. And we've got the classic bumblebee, which has got the two orangey, yellowy stripes on its back and a white tail. There was a honeybee. You can tell the honeybee because they're really just very drab looking creatures. But yeah, there is one in there. There was just three white stripes on its back, one under its, just behind its head, and the other two on its abdomen and tail. But yeah, they really are fascinating, aren't they? Yeah, I was watching Clarkson's farm the other day, and it does seem like he's doing rather good with his bee juice, as he calls it. I do like Clarkson. He is a bit of he's a naughty boy, really, isn't he? Although he really does appreciate his animals, and he does get really upset when he has to take them for the end of their lives. You know, he's in the business of making money and providing food for the nation. So yes, it is upsetting that he has to put them down or slaughter them. But at least in this country, the abattoirs stun first before they're killed, which is a much more humane way of dispatching the animals. But on a more cheerful note, there's been news of asteroids coming over really close. They haven't struck the Earth. Well, there was one in New York that actually went over the Statue of Liberty, I do believe. Went over there, and that was all caught on people's dash cams and CCTV cameras. It would have been a sight to see. But as we know, we're only watching I think it's about 3% of the sky at the time, so it's very hard to track these smaller asteroids or meteors. Oop, kick the tripod now, it's closer to me. Well, yes, this bean juice is very nice. It's actually I do actually get coffee. I haven't done it for a long time. I do actually get coffee from York. There's a Yorkshire Coffee Emporium, and I sometimes, if I'm feeling a bit a bit luxurious, I feel like I want something nice, I sometimes order a bag from there. They roast it just before they send it out, so when it comes, it's really, really nicely smelling. The box smells absolutely lovely. Because, yeah, mail order. They wouldn't get it local. Oh, yeah, the barbecue. Barbecue went fantastic last night. We had some peppered beef burgers, and we had a piece of lemon herb chicken as well, along with all the other accoutrements. that goes with a barbecue. We had potatoes wrapped in tin foil with a knob of butter. That was very nice, and a sweet corn. Do like the old sweet corn. Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. The rain, it rained about 4 o'clock, and then by the time I went out at 5 o'clock to light the coals, it all dried up. So that was good. And of course today, other people in I think they're having a lunchtime barbecue. So there's lots of people out there having their barbecues today. I think the kids are off school as well, aren't they? Must be, because I've been hearing them all week screaming in the gardens. So today's been quite peaceful, really. They must all be having a rest or gone out somewhere. Yeah, but what do you do with kids? I don't know these days. Most times kids are glued to their iPads or their phones, which is a shame really, because when we were growing up we didn't have such things as phones. We actually went out and you know, well, okay, yeah, we used to fall over, we used to have scrapes and bruises and cuts and stuff like that. It's all part of growing up. Of course now kids are all sheltered from that. Yeah. And oh yes, I was watching a video this morning when I was having my breakfast early on. I watched a video about there's a gland in the body called the thymus, is it? Something like that. And they were saying if they can reverse the aging of the thymus, it can prevent you from aging. And I thought, well, that's quite good. That would be like you know, the fountain of youth, won't it, really? If they can do that, because they say once you get to your 40s, the thymus starts to reduce in size, and you actually start to get your immune system starts to fail after 40, and of course when you get into your 60s, it's very much reduced, and you're into, you know, all sorts of troubles. Anyway, oh yes, I've got some news I forgot to tell you. I've been meaning to tell you for absolutely an age. And I went on a course, the company put me on a course, and I can now drive one of these scissor lifts, one of these cherry pickers that you see. Now I can operate one up to a certain size, which is, you know, quite big, really one of the biggest ones you can get. This is for not for picking cherries, but for taking, you know, workmen up to height to do the job. So if there was two of us, I could pilot the craft and take it up to the whatever we've got to fix on the side of the boat. Quite often, sometimes the window wipers on a boat would fail, and as we're a research vessel, we do have side-mounted windscreen wipers, and there are heated windows as well. So to get to those windscreen wipers, it's quite difficult really to get to it from the ship. So a cherry picker, once you're alongside, allows you to go right the way up high and adjust or change the wiper blade, or change the wiper motor or the belt, whatever. It's really quite ingenious things, these cherry pickers. As you can drive them backwards and forwards when they're, you know, upright, but you can't really go around corners when they're up tall. So if you were doing some work at height on the side of a ship, you could actually drive it. As long as you're in a straight line, you can actually drive it to the next window without having to lower everything down and retract the booms. But yeah, it was quite interesting. Of course, it took all day to do, and you know, of course, you get an exam and a certificate at the end of the day, and brilliant. So that's it. I'm now certified. Will you let me loose on a cherry picker? No, nobody else would either. I haven't actually used it in anger yet, but maybe one day when we need it, we can just hire one without having to hire a driver. That's the idea. Anyway, I've heard that the ship's going into dry dock in December, and next June it's going to go into dry dock because the ship's going to London for something. So I don't know if I'll be on board for that trip to London. So, well, that would be nice. Don't tell anyone. I'm going to take some pictures. I shall probably take, if we get alongside, I'll probably take pictures off the ship just of London, see what it's like. I haven't been to London for a long time. I think the last time I went into London to have my knee done. That was in 2010. I went to London, and I've not been back since. Not that I'd want to, of course. You know, the way that London's changing nowadays. Yeah. So I'm fascinated. I'm actually focused on these bees. Anyway, I've waffled on for a good 10 minutes, so I'm going to call it a quit and go back and get another coffee. And I'll see you all next week. See you then. Bye.